Good afternoon, William Theo here, and this is PTV News Now. It is exactly a year today when a killer 7.8 magnitude earthquake hit the sleepy towns of Turkey in a pre-dawn massive jolt that took away a little over 53,500 lives in the hard-hit villages, plus 5,900 more in neighboring Syria. Earlier today, way before the crack of dawn when most are wallowing in the depths of their sleep, thousands gathered in Antakya for an overnight vigil to commemorate the February 6 killer quake that also left hundreds trapped in the rubble, whose agonizing screams still haunt most of the quake survivors and loved ones. Antakya residents have since adapted to life in the ancient city that has turned into Containerville, where tens of thousands have made their homes and feel left behind by a government either slow to respond or simply doesn't care. The February 6, 2023 quake that laid massive destruction and deaths to the southeast region of Turkey and to the border towns of Syria is ranked in the top 10 of the all-time deadliest and most destructive ground shakers in the last 100 years. Meanwhile, barely 36 hours or a day and a half are left before nuclear-ready state Pakistan goes to the polls Thursday in national elections. Many pundits and rights observers have tagged this deeply flawed, with the country's most popular politician put behind bars very recently. With the still hugely popular and detained former prime minister now behind bars after what many consider a politically motivated charge and conviction, the electoral mood is subdued and lackluster as apathy grows, a low voter turnout likely among 120 million expected to cast their ballots for the candidates of their choice. Thursday's national elections will be the first democratic exercise since 2018 in a country racked by coups d'etats and military dictatorships over the last several decades. Iranian-backed militias and fighters in the Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon and Yemen are not deterred by the latest U.S. airstrikes over the weekend. Like a spokesman of theirs said, U.S. escalation will be met by their escalation. VOA's Pentagon correspondent Carla Babb reports.
B-1 bombers flying from the United States to hit 85 Iranian-backed militant targets in Iraq and Syria on Friday in response to the killing of 3 U.S. service members last week.
Our responses are not complete. Again, I'm not going to telegraph or discuss what that may be, other than we'll conduct that at a time and place of our choosing.
A day later, the U.S. and the U.K. struck 36 Iranian-backed Houthi targets in Yemen. But Iranian proxies in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen did not appear to get the message. Iran-backed militants attacked U.S. and partner forces in Syria 3 times since Friday. An attack near mission support site Green Village killed 6 Syrian Democratic Force partners. The U.S. also destroyed more anti-ship missiles in Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen that were ready to launch into international shipping lanes after the U.S. and U.K. strikes.
We're not at war with the Houthis. We're not seeking to go to war with the Houthis. But if they continue the attacks, we will continue to disrupt and degrade their capabilities.
In addition to more attacks from Iran proxies, the U.S. is now taking heat from Iraqi officials who were not notified before the attacks and who say civilians were killed during the U.S. strikes that occurred on their soil.
Iraq, like every country in the region, understood that there would be a response after the deaths of our soldiers. As for this specific response on Friday, there was not a pre-notification. We informed the Iraqis immediately after the strikes occurred.
The Pentagon says it is still assessing the casualties from its military strikes over the weekend. To date, U.S. forces have been attacked about 170 times in Iraq, Syria, and Jordan since mid-October, while the Houthis in Yemen have attacked international shipping lanes in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden more than 30 times. Reporting at the Pentagon, I'm Carla Babb, VOA News.
And that's a wrap for this afternoon show. Feel free to join us again tomorrow afternoon for more of the same breaking news. William Theo here, urging you all to get smart, get ahead, and stay connected while you catch the news right here